All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? How are you all doing today? It's another day where the wind is very, very light, but it's a little bit cooler than it was yesterday. It was like 83 degrees when I hit the trail yesterday, and afterwards it hit like 90 degrees. It was a warm day. Not as warm today, which is nice. The outside temperature gauge in my car read about 74 degrees when I stepped out. So this is going to be a very, very pleasant walk today. Hope you're all having a phenomenal day. I am in a very, very good mood, a phenomenal mood. My lady's also in a very good mood. We talked this morning and she was just feeling full of energy. And I'll start off this show. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing? Just gave you a like. Good afternoon, Lewis. How are you? Ghost of GLM was here earlier. I support Coach Eli. Well, thank you. I support you too, GLM. When you're not doing stupid shit, I support you. But I still have love for you, GLM. You know what I'm saying? I support anyone when they're not doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? Someone's coming with their dog there. I'm going to wait a second. Hey, Autism Mom of 2. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Scotty Unchained 2.0. Hey, Eli. Check your Facebook Messenger. Oh, are we back connected? Is that what you want to make me aware of, Scotty? Let me know. I can't do it right now in the middle of the show, Scotty, but are you saying that we are back to being connected? Hopefully you're not sending me any bad news, Scotty. Hopefully it's just good news that you've unblocked some people. Yes, I sent a message. Phenomenal. It's nothing urgent, right? It's just to reconnect, right? Scotty Unchained 2.0. How are things with the other channel? Have you tried to get that resolved? It is my other account. Yeah, so it's all good. Nothing urgent, but you're just making me aware that we are reconnecting on Facebook Messenger. That way I don't have to sit here and wonder in the middle of a live stream. But it's great to see you here. Got 7 in the box, 8 thumbs up, 8 in the box, 8 thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, Ghost of GLM. Lots of really great and positive things to discuss here today. Hopefully, we can brighten up your day a little bit if you are a little down, or if you're already feeling good, we can brighten it up a little bit more, right? Doesn't hurt to even make people feel even better than they're already feeling, right? How are you, Eli? Yes, I'm doing well. I'm Scotty Unchained, working on it. Just been busy getting stuff ready for next week, and nothing urgent at all. Okay, that's great. You're in progress. That's great to hear, Scotty Unchained 2.0. This topic today is going to suit you perfectly, Scotty, and many other people. And I have a personal story to share. It's going to take a while. And I've kind of shared a lot of these stories in the past over the years, but it's been a while, and many of you that are new here haven't heard them. And even for the people that heard them years ago, it's a great refresher. It's a great refresher because, you know, sometimes you just need to start over. Sometimes you just need to hit the reset, not just the restart. You need to reset, which means just wipe everything out and start fresh. Kind of like if you've ever had issues with your computer, right? Sometimes it gets so destructive that you just have to format, wipe your hard drive clean, and reinstall Windows. Or if you're on a Mac, the Mac OS system. And that typically will give you a fresh start. Now, obviously, when you start over, or when you wipe your hard drive clean, hopefully you've had a backup, right? But if not, you're basically starting over. And while you may not be happy about losing everything that you did in the past, some things are better forgotten, right? So you can completely start fresh and head off in the right direction. Eli, we should do a panel dance stream together. That would be bomb. We could do that, GLM. We could do that on your channel if you'd like. I do want to share the love. I don't want to do just everything here on my channels. I do want to spread the love. I can definitely promote it and get people there. And I'm sure it would catch the attention of many people. But yeah, let's plan on doing that sometime in the next week or two. Maybe on one of these weekends when my lady is is with me. That would be fun. You do miss those. DJ Eli in the mix of the royalty-free and safe from copyright claims and demonetization from the YouTube audio library. There are some okay songs within the YouTube audio library. Eli, I'm on the bus with all the poor people. Well, people are people, People are people, so excuse me. Why should it be? Some 80s music there. Yeah, I believe that was Depeche Mode. Remember Depeche Mode? To you Gen Xers out there, maybe some of you millennials even know about Depeche Mode and Duran Duran. Some great bands back in the 80s. Oh no, here we go, says Autism Mom of 2. Anyway, so last night, I'm going to share a story here at the beginning of this stream before we get deep into the topic, and I'll get to the chat when I can. Last night, after I did my walk, my lady reached out to me, and she wasn't feeling that well. And she was saying that, she's just having a hard time taking a nap. She feels tired, and just wasn't feeling that great. And I really wasn't feeling that great either. And we ended up figuring out, because her and I, both have, pretty severe allergies. And because this past year has been one of the, worst seasons for pollen and allergens in history, whenever it gets warm and, heat rises things, right? The pollens and allergens just are out of control. And it was warm yesterday. It was like a summer day yesterday here in the Bay Area. It was around 90 degrees on average throughout the entire Bay Area, and there was no wind. It was pretty stale. And so I told her, I said, do you have any of that, Allegra I gave you, the Kirkland Allerfex, version of Allegra? And she goes, no, I'm out. And she said, I think I'm just gonna order myself some stuff from Safeway and have it DoorDash to my place. And I said, you know what, baby, let me take care of that for you. She didn't ask me to buy her anything, but I love her, right? I love that woman, and she's helped me out so much, so I wanted to do something nice for her. When you've been with someone for almost 14 months, and they're with you, not for just your money and stuff, there's nothing wrong with doing that. So I asked her what she wanted to eat and this and that. She goes, I'm kind of feeling like crab. And I was like, all right, what the hell? How much crab do you want? Oh, just half a pound, fresh from Safeway, right? So I said, okay, let's get you half a pound of crab. I'll order you some Allegra, the smaller package, because I've got the bulk, size, which is cheaper to buy in bulk at, Costco. Excuse me, we've got a major distraction, distraction from a traffic chopper hovering over the 101. Anyway, so got her some Allegra. She wanted some cucumbers. Got her some seedless organic cucumbers. Greeks love cucumbers. That's how we make that tzatziki sauce, the cucumber sauce that you folks all enjoy in the gyros. They're not called gyros, they're called gyros, right? With the thin strips of lamb beef and or lamb meat. And the pita bread. It's 62 in the city. That's nice. That's a nice day in San Francisco, GLM. Is there no fog there? Because there's typically fog. Usually this time of the year in that area. Sometimes even in the summer. But anyway. Got her some garlic mashed potatoes. Some other like sore throat lozenges, cough drops. And a few other things. And something interesting happened. Because I had never used, DoorDash for Safeway deliveries. They sent someone to pick up the stuff for you. And then you have to go in there and you have to select substitutes in case the items that you select aren't available, right? Or you can just say, if it's not available, just to delete the item, right? Just to cancel the item. So the door, and I was sending it to her area, so I had to put in her information into my DoorDash app. Well, the Dasher goes to Safeway. It sends me a message through the app saying, you want 1 or 2 crabs? And I selected 1. Fresh crab, where you can go to I think it's the deli counter or the seafood counter, and they can, get you half a pound, 3/4 of a pound, or whatever, right? I responded, I said, 1 half pound crab. He goes, okay. Next thing you know, he checks out. And I get a confirmation saying that he checked out and that he got a 1.68 pound crab, like over a pound and a half. We only wanted a half pound. And I was like, what the hell happened? I bet he got it from the frozen section and didn't realize that he had to go to the seafood counter to get it done fresh, right? And for that half pound of crab, it's supposed to cost me like, just under $10. It ended up costing me like $33, $34. And I was like, holy shit. I waited for my lady to get the stuff. She sends me a picture, and it was a frozen big-ass crab. It was a big-ass crab. My comment was filtered out. Your comments are not going to be filtered out, GLM, because you're a moderator. Hey, Coach J-Rob, Hey, French TV, how are you doing? French TV, is this your first time here? Welcome to the show. It's Jackson Black. I was banned on my main account. Well, you were banned for good reasons, sir. And we're going to ban you again. I'm sorry, Jackson. You're not welcome back anymore on any accounts. Anyway. So, I was like, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have to pay for this. So, I ended up, contacting customer support on the DoorDash app. And all I wanted was the difference. All I wanted to do was basically pay the half pound price. And excuse me a second. Yeah, I see you, GLM. I said to the... Okay. Anyway, so I just wanted to get the difference back, which was like $21 and something cents, right? And the rep through chat was typing fast. And he's like, the best I can do for you is issue you a $44 refund. I'm like, that's more than twice what I am owed. And I'm like, wow. I spent a lot of money with DoorDash, and they've probably seen that. And they want to keep me happy, so the dude's offering me more than twice what I deserved to get back, what I was really overcharged for. But my lady did get like a 1.68 pound crab, but it was a frozen crab, not a fresh crab. So I was like, yeah, okay, sounds good. And the dude goes, would you like that in credit, or would you like that, would you like that in DoorDash credit, or would you like that back on your payment method? No, yeah, they are quick to give refunds. Yeah, a lot of companies are, because they don't want to lose you. They keep your business. They're going to make up for it in the long run. Good point, Coach Eli. I said, just put it back to my payment method, my card, and they did. So basically, I got $100 worth of Safeway items for like around $60 for my lady. And my lady actually ended up defrosting the crab and cooking it. And I talked with her again before she went to bed last night, and she ate the whole thing. She ate, a crab that's over 1.5 pounds. Now, bear in mind that the shell, obviously is going to weigh the most. But a 1.5+ pound crab is going to have 3 times the meat of a 1/2 pound crab. And my lady's been struggling to eat because of the issues she's been going through, her health issues. But she was able to scarf that whole thing down. And I was like, wow, that's good. You needed that. Baby, you need to eat a fucking cow. That's a good start. If I have to spend that money to get her crab all the time to eat, then I'll spend the money to get her crab. Because when it comes to health, there's no amount of money I won't spend. When it comes to my health or people's health that I care for, there's no amount of money I won't spend. Hey, GLM. People that are banned here for good reasons, and you know, certain things, like I've said in the past, GLM, feel free to say what you want to say in the chat. I'm just not going to be responding to certain things. And, you know, if people say things that are very out of line, even modest, I'll delete the message. I won't ban anyone. I just, I'm only going to respond to things that pertain to the show. But feel free to chat. Anyway, so yeah, my lady, then she had taken the Allegra, and by the time I called her back, when she ate her food, her crab, over 1.5 pounds of crab, and took the Allegra, she was feeling a lot better. This morning, I got up early. I wasn't feeling that great myself, so I went to bed early, and I got up early. I was feeling good. I was working on some stuff on the laptop and around my place, and my lady texted me, and then we talked by phone, and she was just full of energy. I said, baby, this is a night and day difference. That Allegra made the difference. She goes, yeah, it did. Got to take that shit every day. All right? And the crab made a big difference. She got a lot of protein in her, and she's just feeling really good. So I wanted to share that story with you folks, because a lot of you have been following me for a while, and my lady's been struggling to gain weight, and she's got some other health conditions that we've been trying to get in order. So she's having a really, really good day. And she may be even taking a nap right now, because she went to a meeting earlier today. So, she's probably relaxing right now. Maybe she'll pop on in a little bit. We'll see. Well, GLM, here's the thing. I'm not asking people to be saints here, okay? But, if people cross the line a bit too far, right? My rules are this: no trolling, no hating, no attacking. If you do that, you're banned. Those are the only reasons I ban people. No trolling, no hating, no attacking, right? Sharing your opinions about people, no problem. But that doesn't mean I'm going to respond to it. You folks do you. It's all good. I'm really trying to be respectful, GLM, to your wishes and other people's wishes, because I know the people we've got here now are really good people. Hey, RMP, hope you feel better soon. Oh, no, I'm here? Hey, babe. Was that the first thing you posted? Hi, babe. How you doing? Babe, I was just sharing your story from last night. I'm so glad you're having an amazing day. You still feeling pretty good, babe? You still full of energy? Feel great? Do I need to buy you another 1.5 pound crab for dinner tonight? Because, baby, there's no amount of money I wouldn't spend to keep you healthy. When it comes to health, if I have to shit the money out of my ass, I'll do it. That's how it goes. Pardon my French, okay? It's a figure of speech. You got to be clear with some people out here on YouTube, right? Because they take things literally, right? Or at least they pretend to, right? Oh, man. We got 16 in the box, 12 thumbs up. My lady says, I feel great. No, I had enchiladas for lunch. Good. Keep eating, babe. Keep eating. Eat all day, baby. Most guys have the opposite problem. Their women eat too much and they gain weight, right? My lady just doesn't eat. So when she's eating, I'm like, keep on eating. FYI, the Culver's cheese curd burger is amazing. Babe, write that down, babe. I can't do anything while I'm on mobile. I'll have to try that out. Anyway, We're going to get right to it here. 17 people in the box, 15 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up and share this out. All right, today, this is episode number, I think it's 405. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. This is episode number 405 of Walking with Purpose Live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California. It's probably like 72 degrees on this trail right now. Like, this is the perfect day. Baby, we're going to have no problems with allergy today because the weather is really nice. How's the weather in your area, babe? Is it around 70 to 75 or something? It's about 72 right now. Bring on the bacon, says my lady. Eat lots of pork, says GLM. You know, GLM, I gotta be honest. You do crack me up, and I say that wholeheartedly. I'm not playing games with you. You are funny. Your sense of humor is great, and my lady will probably agree with that. But some things I just we'll leave that to the chat. Goes to GLM. I just ate some Panda Express. It was bomb. I like to laugh. Like, glad you enjoy. LOL. The weather is beautiful and about the same. Nice. So you're just kicking back with your dogs, babe, enjoying the day, and coming along on a walk to hear some positive thoughts, some inspirational stuff, and, you know, motivational type of stuff, right? This is what we do here almost each and every day. We do real-time life coaching. We love to help people feel good. Anyway, today's topic is maybe you need to start over. How to get a fresh start in your life. One more time, maybe you need to start over. How to get a fresh start in your life. Obviously, I have personal experience with this. I did start over at one point in my life. And I think it's typically the same point where most men start to realize that they need to grow up and they need to become more emotionally strong and more mature and all that. And I'm not saying I wasn't mature when I was younger, but I was far less mature, far less emotionally strong. I was probably a little female dog at times. I've shared some of those stories, and I won't get too far into it today. But yeah, you know, in my teens and 20s, I was a whiny little female dog. I was more insecure. I was more immature, right? And there were a lot of reasons for that, right? And I had my turning point in my late 20s / early 30s. And I'll tell you what happened. You know, in my life, you know, in my 20s, that is, you know, throughout high school and stuff, I was in decent shape and I would play sports. And when I was younger, I would play sports, right? And in my 20s, you know, I started to, you know, gain some weight. My weight would fluctuate. It'd go plus minus 20 pounds, right? There were a few times in my 20s where I gained 20 pounds and I would lose it, right? And then there was one point, like in my, you know, I was like 26 or so, maybe 27, 26 and a half or so, and I'd gained 30 pounds. I was 30 pounds overweight. Didn't look bad, but I could just feel it. And, you know, when you're 30 pounds heavier than your nominal weight, you know, your face is going to be a little more puffed up, and you're going to have a little bit of a little belly, and it's going to be harder for you to move around. It takes more energy to move yourself around, and you get tired much more quickly, right? And I'll tell you, even when you're 30 pounds overweight, which is really not a lot, but it's still enough, it does take a toll on how you see yourself. It takes a toll on, how much you either like yourself or don't like yourself. And I don't know of anyone that is happy to be overweight. If you're overweight, or if you've been overweight, I'm sure you didn't like being overweight for many reasons beyond the obvious, which, it's harder to move around, your energy gets drained quicker, right? What more so affects us is our appearance and the fear of not being accepted by other people, the fear of people fat shaming us and saying that you're overweight, or, like in the case of guys, women are more attracted to men that are healthy and fit than guys that are overweight, right? It really does take a toll, even on a guy emotionally. Now, women go through the same thing, right? But I'm explaining, my experience here. So if you're a lady, same thing. Just, look at it from the opposite perspective. Same goes for being underweight. Well, it's not, babe, here's the thing. It's not as bad if you're underweight. There are guys that will date an underweight woman over an overweight woman. But it's from a health standpoint, it's not good. It's just as bad as being overweight. Maybe even worse, because you don't have any fat reserves, right? Or, well, you have some, but not much. If you don't have any fat reserves, you're dead. Like, you have to have fat to be alive. That's just the way it goes. That's why bears, when they go into hibernation, they eat a ton, they gain a ton of weight, and they live off their fat reserve during hibernation, right? Like the winter time, right? That's where I'm coming from. Yep. You're saying, GLM, your culture celebrates being overweight. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, well, I think nowadays, any culture or any people that are overweight are more so celebrating it than actually doing something about it. That's not a good thing. My culture, LOL, pay attention to the media, my guy. I do pay attention to the media, GLM, and you're kind of stereotyping. And I'm not saying your stereotype isn't true. But a lot of, women more so do this than men, but a lot of women, regardless of their race, are celebrating the fact that they're larger women. They say large and lovely, right? Well, that's fine to love yourself no matter what you look like, right? But if being overweight is just unhealthy any way you look at it. You can celebrate your confidence regardless of what you look like, but when it comes to being healthy, being overweight is not healthy. Whether you accept yourself and you're fine deep within regarding yourself if you're overweight or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is being healthy. And being overweight is not healthy. It's a leading cause to diabetes and death, and an early death. That's the bottom line. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. I feel phenomenal today, Sandra, and so does my lady. It's really nice to see you here. So anyway, when I was in my, like I said, my mid to late 20s, I had gained the most weight I'd ever gained. I was 30 pounds overweight at like 26 and a half or so. And I will tell you, it took a toll on my confidence. Now, I was always a decent dude, and I always knew how to talk with women. Right? So I never really had a problem even attracting women when I had a little extra on me. The bottom line is I had to work a lot harder to attract women when I was 30 pounds overweight. And not every woman is okay with a guy being 30 pounds overweight, even though it's not too terrible. You know, it's still being overweight, right? And it took a toll on my confidence because in the past, when I had gained 20 pounds, I had lost it pretty quickly. But I was 30 pounds overweight during this period. I believe it was for about 3 years, right? Because as I started to get into my my mid to late 20s, that's when I started, I was working in retail, and that's when I had gotten promoted to retail management. And let me tell you something, retail management will screw you up with the hours you work and, how you don't have a lot of time to eat your lunch, so you have to go buy fast food. And then sometimes they call you in on your days off, right? And your schedule is not consistent in retail and retail management. You're working nights, weekends, swing shifts, right? Overnights. So you don't have time to get on a regular exercise regimen. Yo, Eli, my main channel got terminated by YouTube because of authentication issues. The screen said, so that is why the name is Art. Hey, no problem. Hey, welcome, dude. Welcome, Pablo. How you doing? Well, thanks for letting us know, dude. Yeah, sorry to hear that about your channel, man. One thing I take a lot of pride in is guarding my 2 monetized channels, or my ladies in my channels. They're both of our channels now. We've got 2-factor authentication, and we got many ways to verify our accounts if something gets locked out. And that's what I suggest you folks do. Make sure that you set everything up so you have ways to recover your accounts. 2-factor authentication. Now, it's required to have 2-factor authentication or 2-step verification if you're in the YouTube Partner Program, but everyone should turn it on even if you're not in the YouTube Partner Program. I was running 2FA, 2-factor authentication, even before I got into the YouTube Partner Program almost 3 years ago on my other channel, my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. So, sorry to hear about that, Pablo, but welcome back, bro. Thank you for being here. So, when I was 30 pounds overweight, it started to affect my attitude more. It started to affect my self-confidence. It affected my insecurities back then even more. Well, let me tell you something. When you're healthy and fit and you look good, part of feeling good is looking good. When you look good and you're in good shape and you're attractive, and deep within you are attractive in a non-selfish way, then people are more attracted to you. And that's the same goes with women, right? And, I also had a pretty crappy attitude at times with my friends and family when I was, in my teens and 20s. If I didn't get my way, I would always complain about things. I would always want to do things I wanted to do. And when my friends wanted to do their things and things that, and not do things I wanted to do, I would complain about it. And it was just a pretty crappy attitude, right? It was just a crappy attitude, right? And I was younger back then, so it didn't wear me out as much as that kind of crap wears me out at age 48 today. But when I hit 29 and a half, I was still, 30 pounds overweight and had a horrible attitude at times with my friends and family, and, still lacking the self-confidence I used to have, right? And all that, right? And still, having the insecurities and all that stuff. I realized I had to do something. I realized that I had to do something. And a friend of mine had told me about the low-carb diet, the Atkins diet. I've got nobody on the observation deck, so I'm going to pop on in here for a second. A friend of mine was trying to get into the CHP Academy, the California Highway Patrol Academy, or in other words, a former of the police academy back in those days, and he was like 80 pounds overweight or something like that. He needed to lose 80 pounds in like 6 months. And he did the Atkins diet. And he lost the weight. He was looking good. And I was like, shit, dude, I need to lose 30 pounds. Do the Atkins diet. And he's like, sorry, and I'm like, what's that? Eat a lot of meats, cheeses, proteins, and no carbs, or at least minimize your carbs. So the Atkins diet doesn't necessarily say that you can't have any carbs, but you have to limit your carbs to 20 grams of carbs or less per day for it to work. And you have to still stay with your within your caloric, numbers. And you have to cut back and create a caloric deficit so you lose weight. In order for me to be a healthy weight, I can only weigh a max of 195. As is, I'm 210 and 12% body fat. Technically, I'm overweight. Well, 12% body fat, dude, I wouldn't consider that overweight. I wouldn't even start considering anyone overweight until they're over, 15% body fat. I think I'm like 13.5% or 14% body fat right now. I've been trying to tone up a bit. I don't consider myself overweight, but I get it. I mean, I get technically, according to the technical, standards set by someone, right? Some doctor or something, right? I get it. 12% body fat is good. Get down to 10, you'll have a six-pack. By BMI standards, I'm overweight. Right. That's why you can't always go by the BMI, and I get that. The body mass index is an approximate, right? So I was 29 and a half, and I knew I had to do something, and my friend was telling me about the Atkins diet, and I started doing the Atkins diet, and I loved it. I was eating ground beef patties, like 1 pound ground beef patties, and it would fill me up for the whole day. I would eat chicken. And when I'm talking about chicken, not fried chicken, chicken breasts with a little marinara sauce, right? I was eating lots of vegetables. Vegetables are carbs, but they are complex carbohydrates. You can have complex carbohydrates on the no-carb diet, the Atkins diet. You just can't have simple carbs like sugars and sweets and all that shit and soda and all that, right? I also switched from regular soda to diet soda. I know a lot of people say it's not good for you, but it's 0 calories, right? And I will tell you right now, changing from regular soda to diet soda has made the biggest difference in my life since I lost the weight back in those days, almost 20 years ago. And started doing the diet, and I lost the weight in less than 2 months. I was very strict. I didn't really do it the right way. I would just drink coffee and water and diet soda throughout the days, and I'd have one large no-carb meal at night, and it would get me through the night sleeping. I was eating literally no more than 1,500 calories per day with no carbs at all, except for complex carbohydrates like vegetables. And I was also getting on the treadmill for half an hour to an hour each day, and then also walking a little bit too. I did at least an hour of exercise every single day, no matter what, and kept up with the no carb regimen of the Atkins diet. What's called low carb, but I pretty much had zero simple carbs. The only carbs I had were complex carbohydrates, and it was well below 20 grams. Maybe that's what they mean by the 20 grams. You can have complex carbs, but not simple carbs. Because what do simple carbs do? Like if you have a piece of cake for dessert, right? You get a sugar high, and then 20-30 minutes later you crash and you're hungry again, right? And what happens with simple carbs? Simple carbs, you know, they turn into, sugar, and sugar turns into fat. And you gain weight. And it's not even because, you're eating one piece of pie. You're having another piece of pie 30 minutes later because your energy wore down because of those simple carbohydrates, right? So after a couple months, I lost the weight. Now I'm 30 years old. I'm in great shape again. I feel phenomenal. I have a great attitude. And I've vowed to myself to never gain that much weight again. Now, the truth of the matter is there have been a few times in the last almost 20 years that I have gained 30 pounds, but I lost it like right away. I didn't wait 3 years to lose it. What happened to me is that, when I was like 26 and a half, or that 3-year period, I started working in retail management, and I just had a difficult time balancing my work and my personal life. And that's what happens to a lot of people. And once I learned that lesson and figured it out, I've never let myself go for 3 years again. Yes, I have put on some weight, like I said, and over the last 20 years. I've gone plus minus 30, but whenever that happens, and I vow for it to never happen again, because the last time it happened was after my relationship with my ex Dana almost 5 years ago, I vowed to never get to plus 30 again. But I had to learn what was causing my weight gain. I had to learn, how to better balance my life and budget my time, right? As you get older, life gets busier. Actually, 20% body fat is healthy for a male. I wouldn't say 20% is unhealthy, but at 20% body fat, any guy's going to have at least a little bit of a tummy. You're not going to really start to look, thin, slender, and fit until you hit about maybe 16 or 15%. And I haven't been down to 10% body fat in a long time. I got down to pretty close to 10% in my early 30s. I think I was like at 10.5 or 11%. I was close to having a six-pack again, like, high school days and stuff. But yeah, I didn't quite get there. It's a lot of work, a lot of discipline. And over the last 15 years or so, I've hovered between like 12 and 15%. who knows? Maybe I'll just really discipline myself and try to get a six-pack at age 48, almost 49. Just as a challenge, right? Medical is considered healthy. Under 15 will cause low testosterone and other health issues. Well, I have no problem with low T. Unlike some other people that have low T, I don't have low T. That's definitely not an issue here. And a lot of times, guys that have low testosterone don't have a lot of energy to speak at the level I do. I know you definitely don't have low T, J-Rom, because you speak with passion and conviction. But there are some people that, like have no energy in their voice. And that's typically from a lack of testosterone, in my opinion, right? That's an interesting fact. I'm not going to say fact. That's an interesting point you made. Under 15% can cause lower testosterone. I think that happens with a lot of guys that are juicing. Because what I've heard is, if you do HGH, like human growth hormone, that's what shrivels your balls and lowers your T levels. But doing it the healthy way shouldn't really affect it. But maybe it does. I should read up on that. Maybe it does as you get older. Let me see here. So that's when I started over and gave myself a fresh start in life. It was in my early 30s. And, at that point, I'll tell you, I was in really, really good shape. I was almost in my high school shape, but still close enough to the point of where it's like, I was looking good. And, I used to wear okay clothing back then, but I'll share another breakthrough I had that happened more so in my 40s here. But at that point, compared to most guys my age, I was more physically attractive than them, and what I had that they didn't have was charm, and I was a good dude. So, I mean, I don't think my woman wants to hear this, but back in those days, I could have probably banged everybody. But that's not the kind of guy I am. I'm not that kind of guy. All I've ever wanted is one decent woman. So I would use my good looks and charm to find, good women during those days. And for the most part, most women I dated were good women. And even the ones that I felt did me wrong, were going through things. And it's not necessarily that they were a bad woman. They were just going through things. Or I was going through things and it was my fault, right? I can look back now at age 48 and understand why things didn't work out back then, right? But I'll tell you, in my 30s, I had confidence that I could get any woman I want. Now, I'm not saying that to show off, and I'm not saying that I wanted to bang everybody, even though I probably could have. But it was my confidence that would shine through. Me just being myself, right? I wasn't needy anymore. I was very secure within myself. I was happy with the way I looked. I was happy with the money I was making. I was happy with everything, right? and without even having to say it, that would radiate off to women and other people, right? Excuse me. My throat's a little bit dry because there's a little bit of a wind, but there's a little more wind than yesterday. It's a little cooler, but still there's not as much wind as normal out here. I like having a little bit of a breeze. Sifu Smo, GLM, how you doing? Should be here any day. Did the baby come yet? Well, Dion, what have you been up to, brother? Welcome to the show. It's great to see you here, man. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Here comes that nice jet. I can hear that thing. Hit that thumbs up. Share this out. Yeah, it's allergies, man. It's allergies. Not as bad as yesterday, man, but they're still out here. So how are you and your lady doing, Dion? Baby's coming any day now, bro. Congratulations to you, man. Are you going to show your baby on camera? I know you're not going to dox your woman, at least not yet, but you going to do some shows with your baby, bro? That would be really nice, dude. It'd be nice to see what you procreated, man. God bless you, man. God bless you and your lady. Best wishes to you from my lady and I and everyone here at the Coach Eli clan. Flonase is the best if your allergies are kicking butt. I use Allegra, or the Kirkland version of Allegra, Allerfex, and also Flonase as well. You can use both every day, and they both give you 24-hour allergy protection. Now, they say 24 hours, but it's typically like 16 to 18 hours. What I really need to do is get to my doctor and get some prescription strength allergy meds and have my insurance pay for it, because that shit's like $300 a month without insurance. With insurance, I think my copay is $15. I think my lady's going to get some of that prescription strength allergy medication too, and that's going to really make a big difference, babe. When you get that prescription strength allergy medication, I was telling my lady, you know, the woman I used to date, that I used to call the activity partner out here, the one after Dana, she had severe allergies, and she would take prescription strength allergy meds. I think it's like twice the dose, but it's very expensive. It's $300 for a 30-day supply. But her insurance covers it. I think her copay was like $25. So, and she never had any problems when she would take it. When she didn't take it, oh man, she was feeling crappy. But yeah, no, her and I would go into the woods, 15-mile hikes into the woods, no problem. GLM, I don't even know why you bother with certain things. I don't know, but it's all good. You do you. So, Like I said, I started over in my 30s. I let my old self go. I let my attitude go. I let, my insecurities go. And I let the weight go. And for the most part, I've been fit since that point, except a few times I've gained that weight back, but I lost it right away. I never went more than a few months being overweight. And the last time, like I said earlier, that I gained 30 pounds was about 5 years ago after, Dana broke it off with me. And I'd actually gained that weight while I was with her, slowly. Now, her and I would hike and exercise all the time, but we also just ate and ate and ate and ate and ate. And so even if you're exercising and you eat too much, you can still gain weight. So, and I was going through a lot during that time. I had just come out here on YouTube. I was just dealing with a lot within the relationship and on YouTube and all that. And sometimes even stress, can slow down your metabolism. And I put the weight on. But 2 months after she broke it off with me, I was back in shape again because I was not going to allow myself to go back to the way things were before I turned 30. I learned my lesson. Folks, you may make some mistakes every now and then and backtrack a little bit, but at least you can learn to identify when you're backtracking and fix the problem a lot quicker than you did initially. And that's why I share these stories, I'm just a friendly chatter, Eli. Okay. Well, you do you, GLM. It's all good. It's all good. Now, when I got into my early 40s, throughout my 30s, I had an okay wardrobe, but my wardrobe wasn't what it is today. That's why I always say, folks, as you get older, you become wiser and you start taking better care of yourself. You start to value yourself more, right? And you start to realize what makes you happy, and what keeps you attractive. Hey, Muse Lady, how you doing? Muse Lady says GLM exclamation point with the full of laughter emoji. How you doing, Muse Lady? Well, GLM, there's no sock account here that's calling you anything. And, if somebody else called you something elsewhere, then that has nothing to do with what's going on here. So I'm sorry that you're going through that. Hi, Muse Lady. Welcome, says GLM. GLM, anyone can think whatever they want to think about anything. It's their opinion, GLM. You don't have to value their opinion if you don't want to. You know that. The only opinion that should really matter is your own. About yourself, at least, right? And it shouldn't matter to anyone what other people are saying. Even if they're saying things about you, it shouldn't matter, because the only opinion of yourself that should ever really matter is your own. And any other opinion you choose to value, that's reasonable, right? GLM, when you hit your 40s, coming sooner than you think, even though you say you're 29, right? When you hit your 40s and you're 42, 43, that's when things are really gonna just hit you, and like you're gonna be like, I don't have time for any of this shit, you know. It's like, you know, I gotta get my act together and stuff. I'm not saying you don't have your act together. I'm just saying, like, as you get older in your 40s, especially your, you know, when you get closer to your mid 40s, you just learn to just let shit go. Because if you don't, it just kind of drains your energy, right? It drains you emotionally, which drains you physically. Oh shit, you just turned... I thought you were 36, almost 37. I've known you 3.5 years. You must have just turned 40 then. Shit. Well, congratulations. LOL, you look amazing, says my lady. You're still around, babe. Thank you. Wow. My lady's still around. So, in my early 40s, you know, I was in decent shape. Still, you know, I met this woman. She was a veterinarian. Many of you have heard the story before, right? I had an okay wardrobe, but wasn't as best as it could possibly be. And this woman, I'm not going to say anything bad about her. Yes, she ended up cheating on me, but, you know, I ended up letting myself go, and I didn't even realize it, and that's why she ended up cheating on me. I mean, she should have actually broke it off first, but hey, it is what it is. But I understand why it didn't work out later on down the road, you know. And, but here's the thing, like, this woman would start to buy me some newer, more stylish types of clothing every now and then. I didn't realize she was trying to give me a hint. I mean, I had an okay wardrobe, but, you know, I really needed to up my game. I didn't realize that, right? And at another, you know, point in my life where I was starting over in another aspect. And also during that relationship, I gained 30 pounds because I let myself go. I wasn't exercising as much, and I was eating more, and I was like so smitten by this woman, even in my early 40s, that I let myself go. I thought that she would never leave me. She was really into me, right? But here's the thing, guys, even women that are really into you, if you change being the person you are that they were attracted to, then they're going to lose attraction for you. That's what happens. I finally learned that after this relationship, right? And doing a lot more personal development, following some other coaches out here on YouTube, etc., right? Like Coach Corey Wayne. I learned about attraction. That's why I talk about it so much. It's important, right? If you show up one way the first time you meet a woman and she's attracted to you, and you're that way for the first few months or so, but then you start to let yourself go, you put on weight, you stop doing the things you were doing that attracted her, guess what's going to happen? She's going to lose attraction for you. It's the same thing that would happen to you guys on the flip side, right? So after that relationship, I ended up losing the 30 pounds right away. And this was before I had met, you know, Dana. And I started buying some new clothes. I started investing in some Calvin Klein liquid cotton polo shirts I found on Amazon. And I bought myself some Calvin Klein jeans. And at that point, I really started looking into upgrading my wardrobe because, hey, it's a new modern world, right? And part of feeling good is looking good, right? And part of knowing that you look good and other people, see you, that you look good, it builds your confidence, right? After that relationship where we split up because she ended up cheating on me and she replaced me with some other guy, it really took a toll on me, and I wanted to just rebuild my confidence, right? But here's the thing, I learned that from her. I learned that, hey, my wardrobe was getting a little bit old, even though my clothing wasn't bad. It was just, older styles. I needed to get with the times, and I did. Then I started to look for things on Costco.com. I would look for things on REI.com, found great deals on high-quality clothing at 50 to 70% off. Now I shop on Under Armour, the outlet, and now I've learned to buy the best quality clothes, best looking clothes, best quality clothes, right? Attractive clothes that look good and make me feel good at the best prices. At prices even cheaper than I would get the clothes I used to wear before upgrading. I had another reset in my life. I started that part over. Got rid of all the old clothing, right? And that rebuilt my confidence to the point of where it's at today. When I hit age 42, that was 6 years ago. At age 42, I can say finally, my confidence is where it needs to be or needed to be. Where I'm completely happy with everything. My clothing, my appearance, my personality. Now, have I had some moments during those times? Sure. And will I have some moments every now and then? Sure. But I can say, at age 42, a little over 6 years ago, because I'm almost 40 now, I'll be 49 in December. That's when I finally completely got my shit together. In all aspects. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially, and all that. Now, I shared this story today because many of you are struggling to find yourselves. And I know many of you have gone through a divorce or a breakup or a breakup of a long-term relationship, and you feel lost, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, you feel lost. Let's say you've been with someone for 10 years and then you guys break up, right? And after that breakup, maybe you put on some weight, maybe you don't have the latest clothing, maybe you don't have the best job, right? At that point, you got to sit there and reassess where you're at and start to turn things around, start to make changes, reset, restart. Well, not restart, reset completely. Start over, right? Wipe out everything from the past, start over, and focusing on becoming the best version of yourself you can be. Get better clothing, get in shape. Stop whining and complaining about things. Become a better person, right? My lady and I can help you turn this around. Keep on coming to our streams and watching our videos, right? More of the pre-recorded stuff will be coming on the main channel soon, and some YouTube shorts and all that. But keep following us. Because the more and more you follow us and listen to our stories, and what we've been through and how we turn things around, the more it's going to help you get on track and turn things around. But you first have to realize there's an issue. You have to own it, right? And then you have to want to do something about it. You can't just sit around and mope all day. Or loss of a job, says my lady. My lady also says, I think a self makeover is really important in personal growth. It is, babe. You know, as much as I hate to admit it, the majority of your self-confidence comes from how you see yourself physically. Because here's the thing. That's what people see. People don't know who you are if they see you walking on by, right? If you're a guy and, you know, you're walking on by a woman, she doesn't know who you are, but she can see if you're attractive or not, right? It shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is. The first step you got to do is get yourself in the best possible shape and look good, because that'll make you feel good. That'll turn your shit attitude around, because you're going to start to really love yourself. Now, when you lose the weight and you're looking good and hot, don't let it get to your head, because that's bad too. You want to look as good as possible and have a great attitude, but a humble attitude. Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube now and forever. Hey, how you doing, Rosie? I'm glad to see that you're doing a lot better. Are you doing a lot better, girl? I know the last time we talked, you weren't feeling too well, and we were trying to help you work through some things, but it looks like you've worked through them, girl. Congratulations. Hey, Rosie, says my lady, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Folks, get any final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in just a few minutes. Probably not another 5 to 7 minutes before we go off the air here. I know I've been trying to do a secondary show from the studio this week. It just hasn't happened. My lady and I were just tired yesterday, and we've had a lot of things to do behind the scenes, but we may be able to do a show tonight, babe, possibly. At GLM, where are you taking the ferry to? Sausalito? Sausalito's a nice area. I think they have that restaurant out there called the Spin Drifter or something in the middle of the bay, right by the water. I went there with my ex many years ago. And babe, that's somewhere where I'd love to take you. Babe, you've never been to Sausalito, right? Sausalito's really, it's a little boutique-y town right north, just north of the Golden Gate Bridge, north of San Francisco. But, I mean, they have a lot of cool coffee shops and restaurants, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Sandra, when was the last time you were in Sausalito? Great area, Marin County. Marin County's great. Marin County is just, if I didn't live in San Mateo County, Marin County would be another county I would love to live in. But it's even more expensive there than it is in San Mateo County. San Mateo County and Marin County, two of the most expensive counties to live on the planet. Not the entire Bay Area is expensive, but those two counties right there. Has to do, we have the best freaking weather. We're right by the water. And there's lots of stuff to do. 1 month ago? Okay, cool. No, I don't believe I have been there. Probably drove through there. Well, you would have to get off of Highway 101 right after you cross the Golden Gate Bridge. I think it's the Sausalito exit. It's like a short, it's like a narrow one-lane road that takes you right into town. You would know if you've been there, so you probably haven't been there. I'll take you there some point soon, baby. Maybe we'll go there in the next few weeks. I've crossed the bridge north. Yeah. San Mateo is cheaper than where I live. Well, if you live in San Francisco is one of the most expensive places to live. And it's not because, the housing and all that is, it's all right. There are beautiful areas. I think there are more beautiful areas to live in San Francisco. But basically, you're paying to live in the city. Everything is there. All the businesses are there, jobs. There's everything. You're paying for the name. It's what you're paying for there. Trust me, GLM. There's a lot of nice homes in San Mateo County that would rival the top homes in San Francisco. There's even a town called Hillsboro. It's like a little mini Beverly Hills off of Highway 280. Oh, yeah. Eli, you rock. Thank you, Rosie. How you doing? Rosie, I really appreciate you saying that. And I'm really glad that we were able to help you get through that tough time where people were, trying to blame you, for stupid things, right? God rest your grandma's soul. And, a lot of people out here on the internet were trying to blame you for her death. And you know what? You did nothing but love that woman. You did nothing but support that woman, and you still support her. And you know what, Rosie? You live in her memory now. You live in her memory. And that's beautiful, Rosie, don't you think? Don't you think that's beautiful, Rosie, that you live in her memory? She's now handed off the baton to you, right? God bless you, Rosie. Hey, Welsh, how you doing? Hello, Eli and everyone. Popping in to say hello. How you been, Welsh? It's great to see you here. I got to go back and find, when I verify it to you, I'm probably going to moderate you, Welsh. I was going to do that. I forgot to do it. I'll verify your channel later today or tomorrow and get you on the mod crew. But thank you for being here. How's your day going? I'm good, sir. I'm good. Oh, you don't have to call me sir. That's too kind. But I appreciate the the respect. I respect you too, but Mrs. Portland behind the scenes started calling me my full name Elias because that's what I am on Facebook. And I'm like, just call me Eli. Well, I didn't tell her that, but if she's watching right now, you can just call me Eli. I know it's a respectful thing. But yeah, you want to call me sir, no problem. But you can just call me Eli. We're friends. It's all good. I like to try to keep things a little less formal. Sure, I can be formal at times. And there's a time and place to be formal. But I just want you folks to feel like, my house is your house. But thank you for that, Welsh. I appreciate it. Folks, we're about to get out of here. We got 7 in the box still, 21 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. And more than likely tonight, my lady and I are going to probably do a stream here. Sorry, Nightbot timed you out. I'm not allowed to call you sir. You're my woman. You can call me anything you want. Anyone can call me anything they want, but you're messing with me, baby. That's okay. Baby, you're my woman. Why would you call me sir? That's like very obedient, right? That's very like overly submissive. That's too submissive to the point of where I wouldn't even want a woman to be that submissive. Come on. You see, baby, you're having a nice day today. You're feeling really good, and you're happy. And when you fuck with me, I know you're happy. So that's great. The more you keep fucking with me, the more the happier you are. That's great. Love it. Welsh, go ahead and try to write what you wrote a second ago. I'm sorry you got timed out. I will definitely take care of that very soon. We'll get you onto the mod crew. I've seen you around some other good channels, and you've been very supportive, and just wanted to acknowledge that. And thank you for all your support here. It's very kind of you. Can you kindly tell Eli I don't want to be mod, but thank you anyway? Okay, well, okay, no problem. No worries. Nightbot just timed you out again for 15 seconds. I'm sorry about that. I think the name Eli is blocked. That's what it is. Because I've blocked variations of my name. I'm going to have to remove my name Eli from the block list. That's what I think is setting it off. Because you said Eli, I saw that. All right, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you again to everyone. Again, like, share, subscribe. Bang the bell. Bang the bell. Select the notifications. Sorry, but thank you for the nice gesture. Yeah, no problem. No problem. No worries at all. I was just typing him. Okay, cool. Also, subscribe on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes or so, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli, or at Life Coach Eli is my handle over there. Over here on Coach Eli 2, my handle is at Coach Eli 2, or youtube.com/Coach Eli 2. I would turn you down. I would turn down anybody channel, but thank you. Yeah, no worries about that, Welsh. Thank you so much. Yeah, you've been very kind. Just wanted to repay the favor, but you're good, and I respect that. No worries. All right, folks, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.